Hi guys, I'm glad to see you back on my channel. So today I'm gonna tell you about the Pyramid of Djoser. The Pyramid of Djoser is located in Saqqara, the vast necropolis of ancient Memphis, about 19 miles south of Cairo. Saqqara was a royal burial ground for kings and nobles across multiple dynasties. The pyramid is central feature of a large mortuary complex which reflects Egypt's early advancements and in monumental architecture. Saqqara is one of the oldest and most extensive necropolises in Egypt, containing pyramids, tombs, and temples from various periods. It's famous for a few ancient buildings. The most important is the Step Pyramid of Djoser, Egypt's first pyramid and first stone building in the world. Also, the Pyramid of Unas, with earliest pyramid text, is located in Saqqara. The Serapeum is ancient huge underground structure, a vast burial site for sacred Apis bulls with huge basalt sarcophagus, is also located in Saqqara. Saqqara remained an active burial site for 3,000 years, making it one of the richest archaeological sites in Egypt. Who was King Djoser? Djoser was a pharaoh of the third dynasty during the Egypt Old Kingdom, around 4,670 years ago. He is best known for commissioning the first pyramid in history, designed by Imhotep. He also strengthened the Egypt central government and expanded trade, likely overseeing major religious and cultural developments in the early Egyptian civilization. His reign marks transition from mastaba tombs to pyramid structures, changing Egyptian funerary tradition forever. And who was Imhotep? Imhotep was a Djoser chief architect, high priest, and later lived as a god of wisdom and medicine. His achievements include designing the Step Pyramid of Djoser, the first large-scale stone monument in human history, and development advanced stone cutting techniques that influenced later period of construction. He became one of the most revered figures in Egyptian history, eventually worshipped by later Egyptians and even Greeks, who deified him like Asclepius, the god of healing. Let me tell you how the pyramid was built. Before Djoser, Egyptian kings were buried in mastabas, rectangular mud brick structures. Imhotep's innovation was to stack 6 mastaba-like levels, forming the world's first step pyramid. Construction material and techniques of this pyramid was completely different from mastabas. The pyramid was built using limestone blocks, unlike earlier structure made of mud bricks. It originally had a smooth limestone casing, which has since eroded. Blocks were cut and transported from local quarries, likely using ramps, sledges, and manpower, and the boats, of course. The pyramid underwent several modifications, expanding from the basic mastaba into a six-step structure. Evolution from mastaba to step pyramid contained few phases. Phase 1, a simple, like square mastaba was constructed. Phase 2 expanded into a larger rectangular structure. As phase 3, a step structure was added, increasing the height. The final step was six-step pyramid of Djoser. This construction approach set a foundation for later pyramids, including those at Giza. Let me tell you about the dimension of a Pyramid of Djoser. It wasn't really small. It's like big structure. Original height was 203 feet, and now it's 197 feet because of erosion. The base dimension is 397 feet on 358 feet. Also, it's big space. Total volume is 330,000 cubic meters. It's like 11 million cubic feet. The measurements made It's the largest stone structure of its time. Of course, it was the largest stone structure of its time because it was the first stone structure of the time. Pyramid of Djoser has underground structures and it's really big. Beneath the pyramid lies an elaborate underground network, reflecting complex burial tradition. The first is a burial shaft. It's a deep shaft, approximately like 92 feet deep, was dug directly below the pyramid, or it was dug before the pyramid was built. I think it was dug before and after Imhotep tried to build mastaba over this shaft. It led to this shaft. It led to a central burial chamber made of granite, where Djoser remains were likely placed, but we didn't find anything. But it looks like underground galleries and tunnels going around this shaft. It's very long stuff. It's around 3.5 miles of tunnels. These tunnels contain like storerooms, chambers, and ceremonial rooms filled with wood, statue, and pottery. Some walls are decorated with blue faience tiles, imitating red mats found in royal places. This vast underground complex suggests that Djoser's afterlife was modeled after Grand Palace, ensuring his eternal rule. But like for me, it looks like a lot of these tunnels was built already in the late period when it was transformed to museum. At the bottom of the shaft, we can see the huge sarcophagus of Djoser. It's not like one structure, it's it's like a pile, few huge granite blocks put together to make this sarcophagus. What else? We did not find any remains of Djoser in this sarcophagus. Some people believes what he was buried in different location, maybe at Beit Halav, because he has a second burial place in Beit Halav. It's a little bit north of Abydos, like 500 kilometers on south. Maybe it was like a symbolic burial. The sealing mechanism of sarcophagus was advanced, using the plug-in system that made access extremely difficult. It has like a big lid. This pyramid surrounded by a mortuary complex, which looks like, we believe it's a mortuary complex, but it may be not only mortuary complex, it looks like people living there. So, and the mortuary complex contains like huge enclosure wall. The wall built from limestone, and it's like 5,397 feet in perimeter, and it contains 14 symbolic gates. And only functional gate is only one entrance. So also it is a funeral complex of Djoser. We have the south tomb. It's also a shaft, and it also contains sarcophagus on the bottom, but it's way smaller. Also, it's a few temples and shrines used like ritual offering and ceremonies. And the Heb-Sed Court, the space for king's rejuvenation ritual after 30 years of ruling the country. It was like Heb-Sed festival, and the king supposed to show what he is able to do some stuff. He is still young and he is still able to be a king. Now, of course, Pyramid of Djoser has a huge influence on later Egyptian architecture. It's the first place, first stone building. It's not mud brick, nothing like this, not wood. It's first stone building. And after this, Egyptian kings start to build a real pyramid, not step pyramid. So because of Pyramid of Djoser is a really old structure. It needed restoration and it was closed for a long time. And I was taking part at these jobs. So it was many years ago, but I'm showing a picture of when I was working over there. So later we're gonna do a big video about Pyramid of Djoser and the complex, because we have a lot of footage, absolutely unique footage, which tell you how it looks. So thank you for watching me, and watch our next videos. It's only like my announcement. I wanted to explain what is Pyramid of Djoser is, and next we're gonna show you our footage, absolutely unique. So watch us, subscribe,